Hi, it's Cheryl with the Couple Who Travels. In today's video, I wanted to go over some frequently asked questions or terms and definitions for a lot of the phrases that are used as part of the UVC membership. And we're talking in these Facebook groups, and people see all these words bandied around and they don't necessarily know what they mean, especially if you're a new contract holder. So I decided to pull some of those out and put them together and sort of give you a synopsis on what they are and how to use them the best way. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to start with types of nights. There are premier nights, VIP weeks, and reward nights. Premier nights are free nights that you negotiate as part of your contract with UVC. They're usually given to you in blocks of sevens because, that will make up a week's vacation. And so you'll either have like 7, 14, 21, etc. There are VIP weeks, which are 7-night weeks negotiated at a fixed price. Right now, the fixed price is $1,900. It has been cheaper in the past, and I'm sure it'll be more expensive in the future, but that's what it is today. There are also reward nights. Those are things you can earn from contests that UVC has or from the unlimited sharing program that I'm going to talk about in just a minute. As you can see with the graphic that I put on the screen, you should be able to see when you're going to book, because you select from this list how many of each of those you have available to you. Premier nights and VIP weeks, if you don't pay for your contract in full, are released slowly over time. So you'll have to see how you have your contract structured. Other types of nights are unlimited nights. The unlimited nights are an endless supply of bookings you can make with at a UVC resort for the 25% off rate. So there's no limit on those when you're actually paying cash. Guest certificates are things you use in your contract if you have friends or family that are traveling without you. So someone wants to go to, let's just say, Secrets or Cozumel, and that you don't want to go on that vacation, you can utilize a guest certificate to send them. Unlimited sharing. This is something that a lot of people don't really know about. It's a great way to introduce your friends to UVC and the product itself while maybe earning some free nights for yourself. So you have to call, if you're going to go on vacation, you have some friends that are going to come with you. You call UVC and get a price for those nights under the unlimited sharing program. It's not going to be on the member website. You're going to have to call. If the price is attractive, you can sign your friends up that way. When they do that, they are required to attend a 120-minute meeting or 2 hours. And for them booking under that and going to the meeting, you will get one reward night. If they love the presentation and decide to sign up, you will get 3 additional reward nights for a total of 4 reward nights. Now, those reward nights will have an expiration date on them, and they sign up, they have to be a Pearl or higher membership. But it's a nice way to sort of get, something back for having your friends get a discount on a vacation. Blackout dates. Depending on your contract level and the language inside, there are blackout dates when you are able to book a vacation. For other people who have higher member levels, you have blackout dates, and those are for your VIP, your premier nights, and your reward nights. You're not allowed to use them during the blackout periods. On the member website, you will find the major holidays and festive weekends that you are not allowed to use those. If you're lucky, you can sometimes book before they update these in the member website. So if you are a person who likes to book way out into the future, like I do, you might sometimes be able to slip in during one of the holiday or festive weekend blackout times. Booking your stay. A lot of people ask questions. I just got home. I've got this new contract. I had a great vacation. I want to go again. So let's book your next vacation. So there's a unlimited access certificate. If you have a lower level membership, you may have what's called an unlimited access certificate that allows you to book regardless of the blackout dates in a higher level room than you would normally have access to, because UVC wants you to experience the membership, at a higher level to entice you to upgrade. So you will have to call member services if you would like to access this benefit. Preferred privileges. If you are silver or higher, you have access to preferred privileges when you book a vacation. This means you can have the preferred lounges, sometimes preferred restaurants, the UVC lounge check in, even if you don't book a preferred room, because part of your membership is that you will always get preferred privileges. As part of your member benefits, there are some things that more or less are common, but not an always or not a constant. Depending on your resort, you may get checked in at the UVC lounge or maybe at the front desk. It depends. You may be eligible for a one level room upgrade if available. Um, this is so random and hit or miss. Just book the room that you will be happy with. And if you get an upgrade that makes you happy, that's wonderful. But don't count on it. Um, One of the big things that people have to realize is that UVC does not own these resorts. They are in a partnership with Hyatt Inclusive Collection, and there are people who actually own the resorts. Some owners have like two or three resorts, some only have one. So they're all operated a little differently. And that's why sometimes you'll find there's some inconsistencies. For example, like you might be expecting a welcome email a week before your vacation, and you may or may not get one depending on the owner of that resort and how he runs his hotel. So there can be some inconsistencies with hydrotherapy, welcome gifts, etc. Um, but the resort has the final say in how things get done at their property. So, booking types. This is another common question for new users in particular. As you see in the graphic that I have up here, for one room at a resort, there are three different options. Two have the same price and one has a different price. People are like, well, why wouldn't I just book the lower price? Well, you may. And a lot of times I do. It all depends because you need to read the fine print. Some of these may have restrictions such as they're non-refundable, you can't change them or cancel them, and some other little quirky things like sometimes, you won't get a room upgrade or whatever. For the most part, I usually end up booking the cheapest one. In this case, you'll see You Fly, You Save is the cheapest one. Well, You Fly, You Save really, it kind of means nothing. There is a part of the membership where you can use some chartered flights out of certain airports, and you can use those flights for any room that you book, and you don't have to use it in order to get the You Fly, You Save price. So I'm not sure why it's on there. It's kind of a funny little misnomer. Maybe it's to get people to understand the charter flight program. I'm not sure. At the bottom graphic shows you if you go to some of the special offers in the member website, they have different programs throughout the years. Like they can have Cinco de Mayo sale, Black Friday sale, member appreciation sales, etc. A lot of times they'll have some golf packages or spa packages or kids stay free packages, which are very popular with families. So you'll want to check out those special offers and take advantage of those if they apply to you. Booking for other people. So if you have guests who want to go on vacation without you, you will utilize guest certificates. If you have guests who are going to go with you on your vacation, you are traveling, then you use unlimited nights. So there's sometimes it can be confusing on which is how that works. I already talked about the guest certificates earlier, but that's sort of the difference. If you're going on a group vacation and we're all using unlimited nights, or even if you're using VIP week or whatever, your guests are going to be paying cash, then you need to go under my profile in the my account section and go to manage my wallet. This is where you can put not only your own credit card information, but the credit card information of your guests. So that way, if you aren't paying for them and getting reimbursed by them to you, and you want to put their credit card in and just charge it directly to their credit card, you have to put it in your wallet before you can use it to pay for a reservation. One of the things that I think is really important if you are going to do any kind of price matching, which I'll talk about in a minute, is to make sure when you book your reservation that you keep track of how much you paid if you're paying cash. If you did a VIP week or Premier Nights, this doesn't apply. But if you actually paid to go on your vacation, you want to keep track of that, because in the documentation they send you, they'll tell you the room you booked, but they're not going to tell you how much you paid. So you'll want to know that for the next slide, which is price matching and rollbacks. There's a page in your contract that has a list of what they call approved or authorized, um, oh, it's slipping my mind. It's authorized vendors or something that are people you can use, or websites you can use, companies that you are able to use to do a price match. That means if you can find it cheaper somewhere else, UVC will give you your money back on the difference. So, say you book a reservation for $3,500 and you find it for $3,000, they'll give you the $500 back. But there's a catch, of course. You have to document and prove that and then mail it to UVC. I always think it's a great idea to call them right after you email it, because they'll get the email instantly. Because there's a time limit, I think, of 48 hours, and I don't want to wait for them. I want to be proactive and get that rollback going as much as possible. So you just make sure it's the exact specifications of the room. There's certain websites that only put in one guest. You have to make sure there's two guests, the same room type, etc. So if you have all of that, you got to take a screenshot on a computer, not on your phone, not on a tablet. They won't take those. And it has to be on a computer, and then you email it to them. Understanding one for one versus two for one and grandfathered resorts. If you've been around a while in UVC, you know what a lot of this means, but if you're new, you probably don't. So, one for one means you can use one, let's just say, premier night for each day. So, if you want to spend a week at a one for one resort, you will use 7 premier nights. If you want to use premier nights at a 2-for-1 resort, like say Maroma or Acamel or Moshe, you have to use twice as many. So to go for 7 days to some of those 2-for-1 resorts, you have to use 14 premier nights or 2 VIP weeks. So you have to double it up for the 2-for-1 resorts. In your contract, there is a page that signifies what is a 2-for-1 resort and the day that you signed your contract. So you can look there. It doesn't tell you what the 1-for-1s are. You have to sort of deduce that from the 2-for-1 list, but it'll tell you who your 2-for-1 resorts are. Grandfathering means if you signed up, I'll just use our contract as an example. We signed up in 2015. So Secrets Playa Mujeres, Secrets Papagayo, and Secrets Royal Beach were all 1-for-1 resorts. As time has gone on, they have since become 2-for-1 resorts. But because when I signed up, we had them as a 1-for-1, they stay as a 1-for-1 for us, even if we upgrade our contract. Now, if you decide to upgrade, I would be very careful and make sure that those resorts are still in there for that, because they generally are pretty good about it, but if it's not in the contract, it's not true. So you'll want to make sure that you actually still have those as 1-for-1 resorts. In your new contract will be a letter that says something to the effect that all rights and privileges from prior contracts will be honored, et cetera, et cetera. So there's something in your contract that should say that, and you should find that before you sign on the dotted line. So In the UVC website, there's an area called My Account. There's a couple things going on in there that I want to point out. This is where you will find all your information about your booking reservations, your beneficiaries, your payments if you're on a payment plan, your wallet if you have multiple credit cards in there. Um, but the one thing that is not in there is your actual contract document. You only get that email to you when you upgrade your contract. You might be able to call member services and have them send it to you again. I've never lost mine, so I don't know, but I imagine that is the way it would work. But it's not in the My Account area. The other thing that people confuse too, and I think it's confusing as well, is under My Account, if you want to see where your trips are listed, you have to go to My Profile and not My Trips. My Trips is like a shopping cart. As you're going through and you're thinking of all the things you want to book, and you say book now, and before you actually go through the payment process, it puts them in the My Trips area. So that's not where you're going to find your reservations at. Your reservations are going to be under My Profile. So those are the big topics that we have. I appreciate if you have any feedback or questions to please contact me, and hopefully you found this information useful. And I will put I will put a link to the reading your contract video that I created in the comments section below so you can reference it. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you.